Allora,
Alors,
Hello, everybody. How are we doing today?
Hello, Nevin.
Yes,
Good to
welcome.
see you.
Definitely, yes. We got Mary and Fanny as well. Hello, buenos dias, tardes. I think Bruno is having maybe some technical difficulties here. He is also, I think, entering the Zoom. Aha!
Hello, everyone. See. Awesome. So, can you hear me okay, guys? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Awesome. Yeah, I got this new microphone that I'm never 100% sure when it's connected. Is my voice clear? Yeah?
Yes.
Awesome. Guys, welcome to the Identity Shifting Masterclass. I'm so glad that you're here because I wanted to keep the group small, as I also want to make sure.
Bruno, your audio is spotting off a bit. Maybe use your AirPod.
Cool, can you hear me? Cool. Guys, I bought some super expensive microphones.
Now again, it got off. Yeah, it's connected to your mic because now I hear it really loud.
Okay. Now can you hear me?
Yes, much better.
So I was saying I paid a very expensive microphone and they don't even do the basics. Well, let me know if this doesn't work. I'll get back to my AirPods.
There it goes.
So, guys, I can see some new people. Can you let me know in the chat where are you from? Which city, which country, so I can come and say hi. Let me know in the chat, guys. Which city or which country are you connecting from today? I can see Barcelona, Aruba, London. Good to see you, Walter. Actually, my business is based in London, but then London was a bit too gray for me, so I moved to Barcelona. I hope you're enjoying in London, though.
The beach is closer in Barcelona.
Yeah, I live literally 100 steps from the beach. Which part of London, Walter?
You recognize it?
Let me see.
It's
Richmond.
Richmond.
Richmond?
Park.
Richmond Park, yes, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, we have another
Catherine got
Londoner.
it.
Catherine, you
Wow.
got it immediately.
Wow.
And which part of
Are,
London
are
are you
you are
from,
you
Catherine?
are you Londonista, Catherine?
I am on the other side. I'm in Kent. I have also a very nice park with the same views next to me in Sevenoaks, not far.
Very nice, yeah.
I love it, I love it. And Eunice from France. Oh, Eunice, so excited that you're gonna come in person to the masterclass on Saturday. We're
Wow.
super, super excited.
Thank you.
Leonardo, Barcelona, I know. Catherine, now we know. Awesome. Guys, good to see you all. Today, what we're gonna do is literally an identity shifting masterclass. So you can start living your future self now. That is exactly the goal. So it's gonna be very interactive. I invite you to already go and take paper and pen because I'm gonna ask you to write. And if we have enough time, we're gonna also do the funeral of the old you. So I invite you also to take a lighter and a bowl where you can burn a piece of paper. I cannot guarantee we'll be able to get there. It depends how fast and how many questions we have. And this funeral of the old you is very deep. It's very deep, it's very emotional. So I will only do it if the space allows to do it. But it looks like most of you are ready. I know that some of you has done it before, but I always say that this is like a workout. It's not like you work out once and you have the six pack, right? I wish it was like this. But it's about consistently working out to stay fit. It's the same with our mindset. It's the same with our identity. We need to work it out consistently to stay at that level of energy and that level of identity. So even if you've done this before, I will invite you to do it again. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna share my screen with you. And I wanna start this with a deep question. Imagine if you could be your future self now. If you can be already the person that you wanted to be. Usually at the beginning of the year, we have this new resolution where we want to be fitter, stronger, richer with the relationship of our life and living in the life, in the dream life, and having literally everything that you're dreaming. I invite you all to close your eyes for a minute, to take one deep breath with me. And I want you to imagine that this visualization that you have of you, maybe 1 year from now, having already the money that you want to have, the house that you want to have, the relationship that you want to have, the body that you want to have. Imagine that you're having this right now. You're having this in the present moment. And I want you to keep your eyes shut, and I want you to feel it with all of your senses. I want you to see it clearly. I want you to smell it. I want you to touch it. I want you to use all of your senses to imagine you living your future self right now without any of the current limitation. There is no limiting belief holding you back, no money holding you back, no toxic relationship holding you back, no circumstances that are tied to your location where you live, because you already live in the country where you want to live. You already have the money that you want to have. You already have the relationship that you want to have. You already have the body that you want to have. And I want you to connect deeply with that moment. Smile if you want to smile. Hug yourself if you want to. And I want to give you a minute to already experiencing living your future self right now. Let's take one other deep breath. And whenever you're ready, I want you to come back. And you probably saw many things, but I want you to summarize it in one thing. What is the one thing that you're grateful for today, already living like your future you? Again, imagine that it's already 1 year from now. You already have the money, the body, the relationship, the life that you want. What is the one thing that you're grateful for today? Let us know in the chat. Or if you want, you can just unmute and share it. I can see freedom, Catherine, very aligned. Freedom also for Nevin. Although freedom can mean different things.
As we are so few people, I just don't write it, just say it.
Please, Walter, share with us.
So I'm grateful for the perfect timing, how things are happening, have happened.
Beautiful. I also realized saw many things, but there are like through everything I saw, there was one theme, and it was me, the freedom of being able to do whatever I want to do and express and play, and it was like freedom. That was kind of the word. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Let me see if everyone has written. Nervous system in peace. Love that, Mary. Community connection I build. I love it, Ines. Health. I love it, Fanny. I wanted you to start with this because number one, gratitude is one of the highest frequency that we can connect to. So I always start my masterclass with what are the things that we're grateful for, living it already in the now. Because this helps us to set ourselves in the right energy and the right frequency. But I also want you to live already. I want you to experience already. I want you to believe already that the future that you visualize right now, you can live it in the present. This is going to be the goal of this session. Let me share my screen again. So for those who don't know me, who am I? My name is Bruno. I had a transformational story from 2018 where I was working on Deliveroo, riding my bike with sun and rain in London. Maybe Walter or Catherine, you might recognize this in Oxford Circus, central London. And I was doing this work just to pay bills. While in 2022, I generated the first $1 million with my business, this Exactly Coaching business, helping other people to achieve their freedom, their financial freedom, location freedom, and time freedom, while I was living my time freedom, where I just need my laptop, my Wi-Fi, and I could do everything everywhere in the world. And I want to show you exactly what helped me to 10x my freedom, 10x my income, and 10x my impact, so you could do the same. Because in 2017, before starting this transformation, I was commuting to my 9-to-5 job plus doing the Deliveroo work. I was working for an airport parking company, and maybe people from London will resonate. I was working for Gatwick Airport, and my job was to sell airport parking. Like at the time, I didn't even believe that there was a job like this. Like my job was literally to copy and paste all day to sell airport parking at, I don't know, $4.99 and run the ads for this airport parking and copy and paste this number on Excel. For those who know me, they can imagine how depressive that was, doing 8 hours a day. And I was depressed. So the way for me to escape this reality was smoking weed every single evening. That was me in 2017. While in 2020, I became a free digital nomad, started traveling the world, working online, became happy, and instead of weed addicted, I became travel addicted. And the three main drivers that helped me to have this transformation was implementing high performance habits, started to do visualization like we just did at the beginning of this masterclass, and stepping into a new identity. Then in 2020, I've 10x'd my income. So this was the year where I started my agency. I was digital nomad in Thailand, making $3,000 per month inconsistently. But in Thailand, you live well. Like, you have low cost, you don't pay taxes. So that was enough. But that again, I felt like was another way to escape reality because I was away from my family. I feel like I could live only in third world countries. And I felt like it was a huge limitation because I was doing mainly done for you work and I was working one-on-one for each client. While New Bruno in 2021, so just 1 year after, I was starting to make 41K per month. And I put a proof here, a screenshot of the $500,000 a year in 2021, not to impress you, but to impress upon you that it's possible. And I've done that by moving from done for you to done with you, and from one-to-one to one-to-many, doing more masterclass and group coaching, just like this one. And the three main drivers that helped me was start to having systems, hiring a mentor, and stepping into a new identity. And finally, in 2021, I 10x my impact. I started to get more clients from 61 success stories to 130 success stories. Now we have more than 500 success stories. From testing different strategies to double down on what's working, and from working in the business to work on the business. And the three main drivers that helped me to achieve this transformation was having a team and automation, start having some systems for my team to follow, and to step into a new identity. Now, let's see who was paying attention. What was the main driver in common between 10xing my income, my impact, and my freedom in these 4 years? There was one thing in common every time when I show you those three transformations. Let me know in the chat if you've seen it already. Let me look at the chat. Davide, serenity, almost, Davide. Mary and Fanny, identity shift. You got it right. Every single time I was doing an identity shifting. But at the time, I didn't know exactly how this identity shifting was working. It kind of came through a series of struggle, tests, visualizing, hoping, praying a lot. But over the time, I discovered that there is a process that helps you to have this identity shift faster, which is what we're going to talk about now. How you can be the future you now by doing this identity shifting much faster. Now, let me go directly to the juice of this. What I realized after working with so many clients is that the first step to achieve this identity shifting is leverage pain and pleasure in a way that you can associate a pain to the old you holding you back. In my case, my old me was me addicted to marijuana, was me doing a job that was making me depressed, and visualizing the new me that was happy, traveler. So I leverage those two strong elements to motivate myself in doing this identity shifting as fast as possible. Then the second thing that I've done, I've selected every single limiting belief that I had, because we all have limiting belief holding us back, and I managed to translate all of these limiting beliefs into actually empowering beliefs. And then finally, what I did, I started to visualize my future identity. Today, I did it shorter. Usually, I do a deeper visualization where you visualize your identity as deeply as possible. And finally, you let go completely of the old you. Because the truth is that the old you will always fight to survive, will always try to hold you back. Doesn't matter where you reach, there's gonna be a voice, you know, that inner voice inside your head that tell you, yeah, you've done enough, or this is not gonna work with you, or yeah, the other can make it, but you're not good enough. That is the old you trying to keep you back. Which in reality, this is human. That old you is your ego that is trying to keep you safe. But the problem is that by keeping you safe, it's also holding your growth. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna together go through this process of identity shifting. And guys, this is actually the first time that I share this publicly. So promise me that you're gonna keep this for yourself as a super, super pleasure, super secret. And then we're gonna have the pleasure to experience this today, step by step. Do you all have pen and paper? Yeah? So now, in your pen and paper, I invite you to design this. Have your old you on your left on the paper and have the new you in the right of the paper. And I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to write down what are the painful things that are associated with the old you. What are the part of the old you that are holding you back and what results this part is giving you. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to share it. This is all for you, so you can be as personal, as deep, as strong as you want. In a way that the old you is associated with the pain, and start to write in the new you what are the 3 pleasurable scenes that you can associate it with. Think about the visualization that we just had, and you're gonna be able to get what are the 3 things that we can associate with. I'm gonna leave you 3 to 5 minutes to do that. Actually, I will do the same in the meantime. So I will take my pen and paper, but if you have questions, don't hesitate to write it in the chat. So I can see many people writing. I'll give you a couple of more minutes. And I'm gonna check the chat now. Catherine, is it belief or state of mind or habits? Any of those three. Anything that you strongly associated to the pain of the old you or to the pleasure of the new you. And Leonardo, the three things to describe are about our old me or the new one. Both, Leonardo. So on the left, you want to have your old you and describe the three things of the old you. And on the right, you want to have the new you and describe the three things of the new you. I'll give you a couple of more minutes. Cool. So it looks like most people are finished. I can see you, Catherine, Leonardo, still writing. I'll give you 30 more seconds to finish your tongue. Even you, Walter, I'll give you 30 more seconds to finish the thought. Cool. Now, guys, let me see. Interesting thing. I'm much focused on the things that describe my new me. Yes, funny. But to be fair, you've been in the program already, so you already done the identity shift work. And you know what, funny? This means that the old you is more and more gone. There is only a little part of the old you left, which is normal. You're always gonna fight to survive, but you're already more embodied in the new you, Fanny. I love it. Love it. I love it. Fantastic feedback. And by the way, you don't have to share what you put, guys, but if you have anything to share, like Fanny did, any insight, anything that came out from this, please feel free to share. Either you write it in the chat or feel free to unmute to share. I can see Leonardo, you still have to write. I love it. Keep going. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go to the second step. And guys, this is actually the most powerful step. It's something that I realized only later how much this has impacted my growth and my client growth. Let me share my screen with you again. So the first thing that we did was creating a separation. And I do this because some people told me that they were worried to lose to lose themselves. They didn't want to burn their identity. But in reality, what this does, it helps you to expand yourself. It helps you to let go of the part that are not actually you, the part that are holding you back, and you create a separation from this to actually step more into who you really are. And the second step of this, which is actually the first real step, is to rewrite your negative and limiting belief and transforming them into empowering belief. And this, guys, I cannot stretch how powerful this is, because every time you're gonna have that limiting belief coming back at you, you'll be able to immediately flip it in a positive, empowering. And I'll show you some examples. Because when I started to work on my growth, my imposter syndrome kicked in. When I started to put my posts out, when I was planning to launch my first book, when I was started to position myself as a coach, I almost freezed. Who here has felt this feeling of freezing when you want to do something outside your comfort zone? When you feel like you're almost shitting yourself about to put that post, make that offer, grow your business. I wanted all of you to see that everyone in the room has felt that, because that is normal. That is actually our nervous system that is activating the fight or flight mode and is freezing to try to keep us safe, because it's feeling the danger and it's freezing. Even in reality, there is no danger. And when I started to grow my business, I felt my imposter syndrome kicked in, because I'm Black and I grew up in an area where they were all white, super educated. I was working in this office in Gatwick where they were all like 40 years old, typical British people, and I was the only Black guy with dreadlock and a broken English. And I had the ADHD. I'm partly dyslexic, coming from a poor family, and always played small. And these were all the limiting beliefs that were holding me back when I started my growth. And what I did, I literally rephrased all of my limiting beliefs to make them the empowering belief. For example, the fact that I'm Black in a country of white people means that I'm a powerful Black man whose presence commands the room. And I'm unforgettable because I don't blend, I lead. The fact that I had ADHD and I was struggling to concentrate, that also means that I'm focused, I'm creative, and driven. And my ADHD gives me the energy to fire, the energy and fire to build, create, and move fast. The fact that I was partly dyslexic and making mistakes means that I'm clear and impactful communicator, because all of my content becomes short, and impactful, and that people feel my truth, not just my words. And that is why they trust me. The fact that I come from a poor Nigerian family means that I was wealthy in my spirit. I slowly always implemented spiritual in every growth that I did. And I turned my roots into rocket that fuel and growth my business for generation. And the fact that I always played small helped me to have literally the story that I showed you. How I went from this delivery guy played small to have the success that I had, which was one of the stories that went viral and that helped me to grow that business. So this playing small became actually the space for the purpose, the vision, and the love that happened in the last years. So these 5 limiting beliefs that once held me back, by writing them, they became actually the foundation of my identity. And now I want to invite you to do the same, guys. In the same paper that you have, you can draw a line and write as a title, From Limiting to Empowering. And I'll do the same. And on the left, actually, let me change it. I want you to write limiting beliefs. Limiting. Yeah, you see my dyslexic now? Limiting beliefs to empowering beliefs. Empowering beliefs. So I want you to write down the 3 biggest limiting beliefs holding you back, and then we're gonna transform them in empowering. So I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to do that. If you need help, feel free to write your limiting belief in the chat, and I will help you to transform it into an empowering belief. And make the most of it, guys. This is something that we usually do only inside the program. But today we decided to make this special masterclass, me and my brother from another mother, Nevin, where we actually help you to make this transformation. So I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes from now. So I see someone has shared one limiting belief. I love it. Thank you for sharing. I'm not certified having a bachelor to heal people. I know 3 languages but speak well in none. I'm nothing special to stand out. Awesome. I love it. Davide. So if you wrote it because you want some inspiration on how to change this from limiting to empowering, one thing that I'm gonna reverse it in myself. If that was me, I would think something like my life experience and my empathy and my ability to help others, but the way that I also experience it from you, Davide, are my deepest certification. This will be an empowering belief that I will start to empower, that I will use to empower myself. Because I know that you're a heart-centered guide who transform people. And of course, as action, I will also continue mastering tools, potentially getting certified if you want, and having trust in the value that you deliver to the client. So that will be the empowering shift that I will do. Does that help you, Davide? That would be for the first. For the second, I know 3 languages but speak well none. First, I don't believe that a limiting belief, Davide. Most people in the world struggle to speak one language. If you speak 3, that's already a power. But the empowering belief that I will change it to will be something like my voice is enough and that my message transcends perfection. And by the way, I also had that, Davide. I thought that because of my accent or because of not having a perfect English, I would not be able to impact more people. But in reality, I don't even know why. For some reason, not having the perfect English help you to impact even more people. I don't know, probably feels more authentic. So I will again change that to this empowering belief. I'm nothing special to stand out. Data will empower it in a way that no one else has lived your story. My unique is my superpower. Now I don't know exactly your story, Davide, but I'm sure that even in your story there is something really, really unique that position you as the best person to have that superpower. Does that help you, Davide, in terms of changing this in empowering? Yes, I can see your hands up. Love it. Guys, if anyone else is struggling and doesn't know how to change one of their limiting belief in empowering belief, we can work on this together as well. And shortly, I actually want to also invite Navin, as he's also a big proof of this identity shifting. He is my client, but also my business partner, and I'm very happy to call him my friend. And actually, I want to pass it to you already, Navin, because you already wrote it down. Do you want to share how did you transform your limiting belief into empowering beliefs?
Definitely. Thank you so much for the introduction, Bruno, and for all the knowledge you've been sharing as well. And yeah, I wrote, so you can also read my limiting belief in the chat. I wrote in the chat, and it's incredible because as a core result of my business service, people generate more income. I work with companies sometimes that generate 2, 3, 4, 5 times more income in their business. But one of my biggest limiting beliefs still to this day that activates is the fear of not being enough to handle or receive money, and that I come from a lower income country. I come from island Aruba, which is actually one of the richest islands in the Caribbean. But for some reason, I grew up on the poor side of the island, and I also grew up understanding that hey, that not everybody is lucky in a sense, or at least this is what I got taught or told. And throughout the years, it has been one of the biggest journey of each time stretching my mind to understand that I can charge more for my services, that I am worth more, that my time is worth money, that I don't have to give everything away for free, and even realize that I have or are working on improving this people pleasing behavior, where not only would I be afraid to charge, but I would actually promise all my time and energy away and then feel drained about it. So it's like, how do I keep my island good vibe, keep people happy, and not make people like angry around me, but also don't sell myself short and don't take care of my own things. So it's a lot of energy that comes here in play. And now the way that I've switched it and I see it is me choosing to live a different way than the island life of simple life, just drinking rum next to the beach and just being happy with whatever. Me choosing to go the extra mile and living a life of excellence, of traveling, of doing big things. I'm now a motivation for so many people on my island. I get so incredible messages of people that see what I do and they're like heartfelt saying like, man, I wish that I also one day keep going and do the things that you're doing. So it's like flipping the switch instead of finding myself in like a rich or successful environment with rich and successful people and wondering why am I here or why am I here? It's really that point of showing that you're able to arrive at any place you put your mind to. And I really believe it's the beauty of human transformation. And as Bruno said, why I feel so aligned with this as well is realizing that it's all about what you say to yourself. I will wrap up a bit with this one powerful quote that each time it sounds so simple, almost too simple that you might throw it away and say, hey, but it's like you are literally as strong as your weakest thought. You are as strong as your weakest thought. So if your thoughts are always on a very weak level and you don't think a lot or well about yourself, the moment it shows up that you need to deliver to a client, a pitch, an offer, what will come up is your inner lower thought. So it's about really charging yourself with this right mindset, right mentality. And it's really an incredible journey. So now the latest identity I can celebrate with all of you in this call today is this. Literally, I don't know what's happening this week, but by doing this work and mentally, emotionally staying aligned, this week I already closed 2 new clients that are aligned, that are going to be clients that I don't give any website, any technical work, nothing, purely communication coaching. And this has been my dream for the last 10 years. So it's now happening. And really all it took was for me to accept that I can do it. For Nevin, the new Nevin, to say, this is it. And it's happening. So I'm super excited. And I truly am excited to be with all of you here during these times, energetic times.
I loved it, Navin. Super powerful. Thank you for sharing this with us, like a proper proof on how powerful this can be. I love it. And just to get back to this, because you can actually show another example, Nevin, how did you exactly transform those limiting beliefs that you put in here into the empowering belief? What helped you to like change this and have, instead of having this limiting belief, having always the empowering belief coming back to you?
So it's also a really crucial part because I believe you can only tell yourself so many times that you're confident. You can look in the mirror and say, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident. But if you never put yourself in a position where you're challenged to be confident, where you're challenged to step up in energy, doing a presentation or a pitch, you only have the idea of how it would kind of look like if you were confident. So I would say it's both a combination of aligning with this identity, but then immediately identifying what are the actions that this new identity is gonna be taking and ruthlessly take them. As scary as it might seem. I want to share even deeper this new client that I got for public speaking. Last week, Wednesday, we had the sales meeting, and it took me over a week to send the invoice. I sabotaged myself over 5 days and did not send her invoice. Like something in me told me to do all these other things and not send her invoice, even though it was on the top of my list to do. Like an invisible sabotaging force creeped in. And it was literally of just me like putting everything aside and just saying, hey, I'm gonna now do this no matter how scary it is. It usually an invoice takes me 5 minutes to create. This one took me like 1.5 hours. I read it 10 times. Doubt, is it right? Oh my God. Should I maybe say I'm gonna give you a website, bonus, surprise? No, never, no. Trust. This is really happening. 10 and it happened. But it's a journey of going through it. So scary action, and often it's good to have a coach, somebody to hold you accountable, a gym partner, somebody that's gonna be there, and you say, I'm gonna do it, and tomorrow they're gonna ask you, hey, did you do it? If you didn't, you're still gonna do it then because of the shame or like. So it's also tell everybody your new identity, so it's impossible to go back. Tell the world your new identity. So then it's impossible to go play small because they're gonna say, hey, what, didn't you say you're this guy? So why are you playing small? And it will literally transform you. So share more about what you do. Share about your business, share about your title, share about your magic, because it's your new identity. Yeah.
Powerful, super powerful, Nevin. Thank you for inspiring us all. Was super, super powerful. I resonate a lot with your story, man. Thank you again for sharing. Now, next on the list was Fanny. Limiting belief. Not good enough for getting paid as a yoga teacher. Deep. That's very deep. Again, Fanny, I can tell you that resonated with me a lot of time as well. Started to think no one will pay me that much again because I'm black, my English is not perfect, I got dreadlocks, I had all of this limiting belief. And once my coach asked me, why you're so confident that you're not good enough? So I'm gonna ask you, Fanny, we can do a little bit of life coaching. What makes you think that you're not good enough? And I know that is a limiting belief that you're already working on, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking this. You're muted if you're trying to talk.
It's because I compare myself with others. And even if this morning I've been doing an online session with a person that told me that was a gold session of yoga. It's easier to do it online and on a present moment. I'm afraid that at the end of the session, the people told me that it wasn't good enough for them. until now, it never happened when I've been sharing, but it's the fear of attracting money. I don't know. I have these things that always money is my, I know it's an energy, but I'm afraid of earning money.
Thank you, first of all,
Wow.
for sharing so vulnerably.
Mm.
And I want to do something. Who here has felt like Fanny at least once? Can see everyone except Walter. So maybe Walter didn't, or maybe he wasn't playing at 10. No, he didn't. Okay, good. But there's still 99% Fanny raise their hand here.
My old one did. My old one did.
Exactly. But I'm sure, Walter, you did a lot of work. And now maybe you didn't.
From Better Man. and
Alexa,
similar songs
stop.
On Amazon Music.
Sorry. To start. Alexa,
Wow.
stop.
I'm going to yoga class.
Exactly. But yeah, I was saying that even Walter felt it. Maybe now not anymore because you did the work. But Fanny, you're at the beginning of your journey. So feeling this is normal. I remember one of my coach told me that the only people who do not feel the imposter syndrome are imposters. Because in reality, it's normal that you feel this at the beginning. So first of all, I wanted to normalize this, Fanny, that it's very normal to feel like this. And the second thing is that that voice that says that I'm not good enough often is a survival mechanism that comes from our old you that's trying to keep us safe. Because it's true, there is a bit of worry that maybe in one of your first session you did something that is not good enough. But how many people can you impact instead? Actually, let me ask you, how many people have you impacted already through the sessions that you're doing in Barcelona? How many people already came to you and told you that they were positively impacted from your sessions?
Around 15 people, 20 people.
Wow, that's even more than I thought. I thought you were going to say 5, 6, 15 or 20 people. That's a lot of people, Fanny.
No, on
That's a lot
the I've been would be to be honest, on the live yoga session, yes, 10, 12 people.
Yeah, but that's a lot.
Those were online.
That's already 10 to 12 people that have been positively impacted from your work. So a lot of the time, this thinking of is not good enough is actually a lie from our ego that is trying to keep us safe. Even people that tell me usually that I'm not confident enough, I actually ask them, how are you so confident that you're not confident? That is confidence already, right? So a lot of the time we actually trick ourselves because it's our ego and our old self holding us back. And going back to the exercise of transforming this in an empowering belief, what do you think is something that you can use to switch now, to switch this from this limiting belief to an empowering belief?
Telling me myself that I'm good enough and be grateful for these 10 people that already told me that I've had a good impact on their life. And keep going. The thing is, because I'm not so afraid from the first event and today, but there is a thing about the money that I avoiding, create the Luma event or these kind of things. I'm doing everything less this, for example.
Absolutely. I would have told you the exact thing, Fanny. I was in your situation. What I was doing every time before group coaching like this, and sometimes I still do it. I do my meditation and my mantra, reminding myself that I'm good enough, that my presence heals, that I can inspire people. And weekly, I also review the transformation and the results that I had in my clients. Because the truth is that our ego always tends to look more the danger instead of the facts. But if you look at the fact, you already have 12 people that not only thought you were good enough, they thought you were so good that you impacted them. And I was one of them, by the way. Navin also told me was impacted positively from your session when he came. So what I recommend you to do, and this, by the way, is for everyone because you're all business owner, is start collecting your testimonials, guys. This will help you for the business whenever you want to show the results, but also to show the fact to your ego of the old you that you're actually very, very good. Like, I'll show you something that maybe will inspire you. This is a website that I created to show the testimonials when I have a call with a client that maybe he needs some trust before investing. And I'll tell you, every time that I feel a little bit the imposter syndrome kicking in, I start to go through this page. And I remember Sahil, how much I helped this guy, or Kit, how much I helped this guy, or Adam, and all those people that have been positively impacted by me. And on my Instagram, I have another series of testimonials that I look back whenever I need it. So guys, this will help you massively to increase trust to your clients in a sales call or before they invest, but also will help you to feed your subconscious mind with the fact on how good you are as a yoga coach, as a career coach, as a life coach, as a vibe optimization coach, and all the different roles. So guys, collecting your testimonials is one of the most powerful things that you can do in terms of impact.
Bruno, I have one quick question on that.
Yes.
Do you show this website only for people in your sales calls, or do you put it public all the time?
I put it as a process after someone booked the call with me.
Okay.
So I have a calendar where they say what problem they want to solve, what investment they want to make, etc. And after they book, there is thank you, see what results some of my clients have, and see my triple guarantee at the end. So
Okay, because that can help us a lot if we tell people that it's not going public. It's only when people want to hear testimonials. So
yeah.
I think we can get more testimonials like this.
Absolutely. So those people, those were interviews. So when I got these testimonials, I told them that was an interview and I was going to put them in my website to inspire other people like them. So this I already told them that was public. But for the people that maybe there is sensitive information, I usually tell them, don't worry, we're not going to put it in any website. In fact, I put only probably 20 testimonials on this website. In total, I got more than 200 or 300. And the one that are private, I would only share it, and I told them, only to the people that are similar to them. For example, I remember with you, Catherine, I shared you the one with Vicky, one of the career coach, and that I didn't put it on the website. I shared it privately only with you because it was close to what you were doing. Does that help, Catherine?
Yes, very much.
Awesome. And did that help, Fanny?
Yes.
Yeah? Awesome. My pleasure. Thank you for sharing. Let me see who else has shared. Nevin, we did it. Catherine, one of my limiting beliefs is that I do too much multitasking and I struggle to prioritize. What would be an empowering belief that we can switch this to, Catherine?
I am capable of absorbing lots of information, and I am prioritizing my tasks and focusing on what is important and urgent.
Powerful. That's powerful, Catherine. I recommend you to write it down, literally exactly how you said it, because this, together with you, Fanny, you, Navin, I'm not sure that you already do it, every time that this limiting belief comes back, because it's normal, those limiting beliefs will always tend to come back. now you can always switch it immediately to the empowering belief. And that is how you start living the future you right now. You already start to act like your future you, because every time that the limiting belief comes back, you switch it to the empowering belief, and you start acting like the new you. And I'll show you actually the why. Let me share my screen again. I wanted to give you first the exercise. Oh, I'm sharing the wrong one. Where is my page? Yes, can you see my screen? Perfect.
Yes.
I wanted first to do the exercise, then to show you the theory, because there is this have, do, be, which is where most people they stuck in, because this creates stagnation. They start to think, when I have this, the money, the body, the time, I will do all the things that you can do at that time, and then I'll be successful, happy, fit. But in reality, this creates stagnation. You're just stuck because you keep waiting until you have those things. While the crazy thing is that actually you should reverse it. You should do the opposite. You wanna be first, understand first on who is the person that I must be. I'm gonna say it in the present. And when I'm this person already, I can already do all the things that I wanna do. And as a consequence, I can already have those things in the now. So can you see how this is powerful when you reverse it? Because you focus on the being instead of doing, and you're focusing on being this person now instead of waiting until you have this. This is a powerful switch that can motivate you to live in the now, the person that you want to be, so you can do the things that the new person can do, and then you can immediately have the results that you want to have, instead of waiting 3, 6, 12 months from now.
Bruno?
Does this make sense, guys? Yeah, Mari?
It sounds like fake it until you made it.
It does sounds like fake it until you make it. And I believe that this quote had so much power, but I like to switch it a little bit. I started at the beginning with the fake it until you make it. When I was doing my first group coaching, I was still sweating, nervous, and I felt like I was faking it. But slowly I realized that it's more be it until you make it. So you already be that person. Even if there is still a part of you holding you back and not believe it, you already be that person.
And then believe that you are that person.
100%. 100%, Mari. Thank you. Great contribution, actually, Mari. Good to see you, by the
Always.
way. Only now that you talk, I saw you in the big screen, so it was good to see you. Now, let me have a look at the chat if I missed something. Leonardo, this is absolutely powerful. Glad you like it. Thank you so much. You resonate. Getting testimonial. For Fanny, more and more self-love. You are doing great. Of course. Thank you, Mar, again. Great contribution. Exactly. Awesome. Awesome stuff, guys. So now we're going to get to the juicy part of it. We already wrote the limiting belief. We already start to figure out the future you. I'm going to give you one exercise for home so we can focus on the funeral of the old you. So can you all invest the next, because I think I told some people that this was 1 hour. In reality, it's going to take me 1 hour and a half. So do you still have all 20 minutes to do the funeral of the old you? Yeah? And give me a thumbs up if you're okay with that.
If you're okay, I will leave here quietly, not to disturb the process, because
No worries.
I have to run a meeting at half past. So thank you
Absolutely.
for allowing me to be here and learning what you do. It's great. I like it. And Nevin was very kind to invite me to another event. Probably he will tell you later and I'm looking forward to it. It
I
was great
love
to be
it.
here. Okay?
My
Hope to
pleasure
see you
to have
soon.
you, Walter. Hope to see you
Bye
soon.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, to make sure that we can nail it all, I will give you one exercise to do at home. The exercise is going to be to describe your future self like it's already true. So I want you to start understanding that your future isn't a fantasy, it's literally a decision waiting for you to act like it's already done. A mantra that helped me a lot is like, I'm not longer becoming, I am. So the homework for home that I invite you to do it later this evening is to fill out these prompts using the present tense. I am, I do, I have. And also to add photos, images, and drawings that help you to visualize as clearly as possible your future self. And some question that can help you is, who am I in my most powerful, grounded, wealthy version? And I want you to describe in as many details as possible how you speak, how you lead, how you move, and how you feel every day. The second is, what does my business look like at its highest level? What is your monthly income? Who are your clients? How do you serve them? The third is, what kind of relationship do I cultivate? Where you describe the love of your love life, your friendship, your family energy. The fourth is, what kind of freedom do I live daily? Where do you live? How do you work? How much time do you own? And the fifth is, what's the ripple effect of my life and my work? So whose life is better because you showed up as your true self? So tonight, I want you to spend extra time doing this work, especially because now we're going to do the funeral of the old you. And if you do this deeply, you might have a sense of kind of losing part of you. But in reality, what you're losing is the part of you that is holding you back. Is the part of the ego, the part of the inner critic, the part of the trauma that has been created before. So it's not really you. You're actually living this part so you can become more you and who you're meant to be. So that's why after this funeral of the old you, it's really important to focus in and having the space, because you will feel light, you will feel like you have more space to describe your future self without the limitation of the old you. And don't worry, if you haven't written this down, I'm gonna send you a screenshot with the prompt. Now, do you all have pen, paper, and lighter, and a bowl to do this ritual? I can see you nodding, Fanny. I see you, Catherine, ready. Let me see what else. Let me move. I see you, Eunice, ready. By the way, Eunice, I'm looking forward to test your visualization. Actually, your visualization, Eunice, is it better to do it before the funeral of the old you or after the funeral of the old you?
I think it's after.
After, perfect. So, by the way, guys, we are lucky because today we're gonna have Eunice, a top sound healer that has offered to guide a sound healing meditation, which is gonna be perfect because the funeral of the old you can be heavy, can be impactful. So after this, we can have a 3 to 5 minutes healing sound meditation from you, Eunice. Is that okay?
Yes. So the part that I wanted to offer was actually something like a visualization.
Yeah.
That's going to be separate than the part of the sound.
Yeah.
But it might take. I'll try to do it in 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Is that going to be long?
Perfect. Let's do it.
Okay.
So now, guys, without any further ado, let's move to the funeral of the old you. Because what we've done a separation of the old you and the new you. We started to work on the limiting belief that were holding you back. And now we can actually let go completely of the old you. So I'm gonna share this document where we can go through this together. As what we're gonna do now is writing a letter. So I want you to take your piece of paper. It should be a separate piece of paper because we're gonna burn this. So if you have a journal, I want you to take just the paper from the journal. Like this. And you're gonna write a letter to the old identity. And the first thing that I want you to do is to give a name to the old identity. It can be the overwhelmed Sarah, the procrastinating John, the hustling coach. Mine, to be honest and sharing with you, was the broke fat Bruno. As I used to be fat and broke, and those were the part of me that I wanted to leave back. And when I let that completely go, working out almost daily become part of my routine. Starting to work out daily, signing up to the gym, having a personal trainer that keeps me accountable, and that I have to pay actually. Every time I skip a training, I have to pay him 97 euros. I skipped it twice, and then I was like, okay, new Bruno doesn't skip any training. But yeah, the idea here is that you start naming your old identity. So you can start the letter with dear, and put the name of the old identity. And below, I want you to describe how it operates. I want you to describe what are the habits, what are the thoughts, what are the patterns that kept you stuck. So for a moment, just for this moment, I want you to visualize it as the old identity and start to connect on how it was thinking, how it was operating, what were the patterns. And then the step 3 will be to acknowledge the lesson. Because in reality, this old version of you was trying to keep you safe. So I always, as you said at the beginning, want to have gratitude in my frequency. So I will give a message of gratitude because this old version of you gave you a lesson that you can bring into the future identity. And then you want to declare the release. You want to write down that you're letting this identity go and stepping into your new self. So I'm going to leave this for you to write the letter, but first I'm going to read you two examples. The overwhelmed coach. An example can be, "Dear overwhelmed coach, you always said yes to everything, thinking that more effort will bring success. You work late nights, took on clients who didn't respect your time, and fear delegation, and I see you, I understand you, and I thank you for trying to keep me in control. But I'm done. I'm now the CEO of my business, not an overworked freelancer. I release you and step fully into my 7-figure self." I'm gonna read another one, the procrastination. "Dear procrastinating me, you told yourself that tomorrow is a better day and that you needed to learn more before taking action. You hid behind perfectionism and avoided sales calls out of fear of rejection. I see now that you were just protecting me from failure, but I no longer need protection. I'm ready to take massive action, and I let you go and step into my powerful, decisive self." So now I'm gonna leave this in here. Actually, this is better. And I leave you 5 minutes to write your letter. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to either write me in the chat or unmute and let me know. And yeah, for people who cannot do it, Leonardo, Davide, don't worry. This is actually better to do it when you're in a safe space, you're alone, you don't get distraction. So if you're in an office like you, Leonardo, definitely not the right moment to do it. And anyone else, of course, if you cannot do it, you can just write the letter now, and then you can finish the ritual at home or in a safe space. I'll give you 3 more minutes. I'll give you a couple of more minutes to finish it. Usually I give more time, but I know that today we said that was gonna be 1 hour, and I wanna make sure that we have a final time with the meditation from Eunice to finish this powerfully. Awesome. I can see people still writing. I'll give you another minute to finish your thoughts. For those who already finished or you're just at the end and just had a big inspiration when I read in mine, that I always say that when we do identity shifting, we had something that got us here, but what got us here won't take us there. So at the end of my letter, I was like, goodbye, Broke Fat Bruno. You got me here, but you're not coming with me. So if you don't know how to finish your letter, this is powerful. Now, sorry to rush some people, but I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So if you haven't finished your letter, you can do this with calm after. But what I recommend you to do is now take 1 minute to look at this letter and reconnect with this identity that was keeping you safe. And I invite you to feel the gratitude of everything that this letter, as this identity, has gave you. And I want you to breathe in the energy of your new identity. Hold it for a moment and exhale everything that no longer serves you. And now it's really time to let this part go. To burn it safely, I invite you to take the letter and to fold it one way and the other. That's the way that I'm doing now. So it becomes easier. Then make sure that you're in a safe environment. There is no fire alarm. There is no one that will get worried before you burn it. And This is very personal. So I leave you these 3 minutes to connect with the old you that you're letting go, to connect with the gratitude for the lesson that has gave you. And as you safely born this, I want you to visualize yourself stepping fully into your new self. And while you watch the flames of the old you leaving, I wanted to watch you and watch the space for the new powerful identity that is coming in. So now I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to burn it. I'm gonna do it myself as well.
In my case, there is a part that doesn't want to leave. There is like a piece of paper that is not burning.
I love it. It means that also your old identity is very strong, Mari, just like you. But yeah,
Another fire.
make sure that you burn every piece of it.
Bye bye.
So I had to throw my burning paper from the balcony. I hope it didn't fall on somebody's hair down on the street, but it was an emergency.
You literally throw the old you out of the window, Nevin.
Make it go. Yeah.
I love it.
My
I love
housemate
it.
got a really good video of me burning it, so
Nice. Please share it with me.
yeah.
Did you all burn it, guys? Anyone has some insights that they want to share before we go to the meditation from Eunice?
Mine is not burning so fast, is resisting.
Yes. And even that really funny is really the old you trying to resist. And that is gonna keep happening in reality. And I want to invite you, Fanny, to keep burning it. Doesn't matter how long he's trying to resist, you keep burning it. Even if you haven't finished burning it while we're doing the meditation, I invite you to keep burning it until it's completely gone.
I also have a thought for my old self.
Share. Sorry, what did you say, Mari?
That I also have like a box where I'm literally putting my
Ashes.
old self rest. So rest in peace.
Nice. Thank you, Mari. That actually inspired me a lot.
details.
I love it. I love it, Mary. Anyone else want to share any insight, anything that came out?
For me, I was feeling very, very peaceful, very good, and happy to burn this identity, and it burns really well this time, better than the first.
Yes, yes. I love it, Catherine. Thank you for sharing.
I would also say
Anyone
that
else?
this time was much easier than the first time. The first time was like it was challenging. It was indeed had more resistance, but only now is what I just keep realizing that it's impossible to like. There's this very famous thing is like I love it. It's like you cannot put whipped cream on garbage. So you have to first get rid of like this all stuff that is not fulfilling you, and then you can put your cherry on top. But if otherwise you're gonna just like try to like be you look good from the outside, but inside you don't believe in yourself. So it's like it's not working.
Powerful.
You gotta kill it.
Thank you, Navin, for sharing. Anyone else wants to share? Perfect. Eunice, are you ready for your meditation?
Yes.
Cool. We are over time, way over time. Do you think is it possible to make it 5 minutes, Eunice?
Yes, let's do a quick version. So at least you have a
Perfect.
taste of it, right?
Yes.
So I can't see all of you, but I'm gonna go and trust that you can see me okay, you can hear me okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So normally I would start with a breath practice. So we're gonna skip that. But for now, I want you to just close your eyes and just come within. And I invite you to put your hands on the solar plexus, just where your diaphragm is. And this is where you have your inner fire, actually. This is that inner fire that you carry with you all the time. So I want you to connect with that inner power, that inner fire, and that is a fire that actually transforms you. It's not a fire that's going to destroy you, it's not going to burn you, but it's actually going to always help you to transform yourself. So I want you to connect with this fiery energy within your solar plexus and know that it will only burn away what no longer serves you. It will leave your essence. It will make your truth stand stronger and brighter than ever before. And so as you visualize this fire within your solar plexus, I want you to visualize this fire coming into the palms of your hands. I want you to bring out your arm and let this fire come in front of you. And now imagine that we're standing in a circle, and this fire that we are contributing, it's like this bonfire standing in the middle of the circle that we are standing around. Feeling that heat on your face, on your skin. Feeling this fire getting stronger and brighter as we come into a circle and everybody contributing to this fire in the circle. Feeling the heat on your skin, on your face, on your arms. And it's not burning you, but it's warming you up and it's energizing you. So now, I want you to just visualize you at this moment that have just burned away your old identity. You've said goodbye to it, And now this is you at this present moment, claiming your new identity. And so now you're fully energized. You're fully ready to step into that upgraded version of you. So take this moment to really visualize and see vividly, bright and colorful in front of you, this fire in the middle of the circle, and you walking closer and closer to this fire, and knowing that it is not going to harm you, but it is going to transform you. It will incinerate what you've outgrown. It's going to incinerate and burn away any old cords and old beliefs that is still stuck in some corners that you haven't realized. You don't have to know them. You don't have to name them. Just allow this fire to purify you, to clean up any remaining old ties that is from the past. And know that as you walk through this fire, it's going to leave the diamond essence of your truth. So now visualize yourself stepping into this fire, feeling the heat all around, but you're not afraid, you're not fearful, because you're standing in your true essence, powerful, radiant, ever so clear of this version of you that you're stepping into. And so step into this fire. Let the fire burn away anything that is really not serving you anymore. And step into that version of you that claims your sovereignty. The version of you that's going to lead with love, with truth, with grace. The version of you that chooses courage, even when fear whispers. Allowing this fire to just purify and cleanse your aura, your energy, and activating that new version of you in every cell in your body. Stepping through the fire, looking back around. Yes, there is that fire that transforms me. And I am full, and I am whole, and I'm complete. Feeling this version of you anchored in your body. Place one hand on your heart, one hand back on your solar plexus. Breathe this in deeply. Feeling that strength, that radiance within you. Anchoring this fantastic feeling, expanded version of you that you have just stepped into. Anchor that in. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, bringing in with you this fantastic feeling, stepping into the new you. I hope that gives you a good feeling, saying goodbye to your old self, coming into the new you, and really claiming fully this version of you. And if you like, I have the more softer, with the support of the crystal balls, a soft meditation to feel coming home to you, to really anchor that in. I'll share that in the chat with you after. You can download it. You can listen to it whenever you want. But so thank you for allowing me to share that with you. Thank you, Bruno. You're still here.
Thank you. Thank you, Eunice. It was beautiful. It was perfect to do this after this funeral of the old self. It sounds like, it looks like it's a perfect moment to end the session like this. So everyone, by the way, I recommend all of you guys now to take some time for yourself. It's been a deep moment, a deep ritual. Even if you might not feel it immediately, you might feel it a bit after. So I invite you to just take some space to integrate to feel, at least for the next 10-20 minutes before you do anything else. And enjoy it, embrace it, start living your new future you in the now.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming, and thank you for practicing with me.
Everybody.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It
Thank
was
you,
super
everyone.
Very
powerful.
powerful.
Very powerful,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you so much. Speak very soon.
I can't
Ciao, ciao, everyone.